welcome back to another video. Today, in this video, I have a lot to catch up on. Firstly, I do want to start by saying I do apologize for being late again. I do remember saying before that I was going to try to make an effort to be not late, but unfortunately things didn't work out because, as I'm going to explain, a lot of very big things happened with the go-kart in very rapid succession, and they're all good things, don't worry, like, the nothing bad has happened, it's all good, all really, really good news, actually, that I'll get into, that has happened, and so as a result, I was so ecstatic about those things happening, that it just slipped my mind that I had to make a video on Sunday, because I was thinking, like, this has been a very long week. But surely Sunday is going to be soon, right? Because I know I got to record the video at some point. And I checked, and Sunday, like, what I thought was maybe Friday or Saturday, turned out it was actually about Wednesday. So, I unfortunately was late again. I do apologize. I will try really hard not to be late next time, because all the big ecstaticness of everything that's happened is worn off, and I'm ready to just talk normally, rather than jumping up and down in my chair and screaming in excitement. I mean, I wasn't doing that when it actually happened, I was more just really thankful that everything worked, but you never know. When I'm on camera, I'm usually a little bit more energetic, so... I mean, I'm energetic in real life. I am a bit extroverted, but that's all. That's not necessary. That's all like extra detail. Who cares? You're not here to listen to that. So, the really important news is, and the reason that I was gone for 2 weeks is because the go-kart actually started. Not just that, it ran. The back wheels were spinning. It was at full throttle, max red line RPM, and then I hit the brakes, and it actually stopped. The back wheels stopped turning. I did this entirely on the kart trolley, so I didn't actually put it on the ground. It was all on the kart trolley, just to make sure that everything worked. And as it turns out, everything did work, and oh man, I haven't felt so good in a very, very long time. I think the last time that I've ever felt this good is when I came back from a trip that I went on for a week back 2 years ago. There was a very long... Oh, it wasn't very long. It was only 7 days, but it felt very long, and it was a very, very difficult, very mentally and physically taxing trip that I went on. It was a sailing trip, so I was helping a crew who was sailing a boat. That really like helped character develop me and mature me very, very early. Like I was only 16 back then, and I felt like I was a mature middle-aged man when I came back from that trip, and I've been the same ever since. I haven't felt the same way I felt then as I've felt now since then. So like it's been 2 years since I've felt that great, and it's finally come back again, and it's so good. It's really, because I don't really get dopamine release from doing anything really, unless it's really difficult and it goes for a really long time. Like days and days and days and days of really arduous, difficult, really hard work, and a deadline that is approaching extremely quickly. All these things that are really, really stressful. If I am able to pull through and get it done, that is one of the few things in the world that is going to ever give me a dopamine release. Like, I just don't get it. Like, and, my brain's not fried or anything. I don't watch any brain rot content. I stay as far away from that as possible, actually. I absolutely hate it. But I just don't. And it's been a problem my whole life. I've just never really gotten a dopamine release from doing anything except the absolute most difficult things. And maybe that's completely normal, but it certainly doesn't feel normal. But anyway... the main important thing is the fact that the go-kart started, it all works, and then because it all worked and it all started, I continued on with the last few things. So at the point when the go-kart started, which was, I think it was on a Thursday or a Wednesday of the week that So like 7 days after I filmed my previous video, which would have been Sunday last week, on the Wednesday of that week, I think it was the Wednesday, the KART started. And I was really freaking out. I was like, how on earth is it starting? I thought for sure like the spark plug was going to be fouled or the battery would have been dead or something. And it started and I was really amazed. But yeah, so apart from that, apart from the go-kart starting, the other things I have to talk about is the more aesthetic stuff. So finally, now that all the mechanical stuff is done, the go-kart has started, it works, and I've got some good news to tell you with it working afterwards at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that, and don't skip forward. I'm watching you. Don't skip forward. You're going to want to hear everything that happened, but just make sure to skip to the end, and if you skip through, I'm going to be disappointed in you if you skip through. Because you don't want to listen to my blubbering? Who doesn't want to listen to my blubbering? Honestly. Nah, but, so, basically, the aesthetic things that I've done with the go-kart is more... actually, I was going to say, I had done the... Because I was going to talk about how I'd done the sticker pack, which I was going to talk about, but then I also did other, like, general cleaning stuff. So before I put the stickers on, I cleaned the bumpers with methylated spirits. And I wiped it. Like, I sandpapered these completely smooth bumpers that had the old stickers originally that were then taken off. And so then I used methylated spirits and... firstly I used wet and dry sandpaper to roughen up the surface so that way the stickers, the new sticker pack would stick more easily. And then I used the methylated spirits and a cloth, or rag, sort of, basically just an old t-shirt that was not dirty at all, that I don't wear anymore, that's just in the garage, like a rag pile. And I just used that with some methylated spirits and cleaned up the bumpers once I'd sandpapered them to make sure any dirt or grit and stuff that was left behind from the sandpaper is all gone. So it's still going to be a fairly rough surface, but it's going to be a clean rough surface. And then I put the stickers on, and that all worked fine. I'll attach some photos in the edit. I don't know, maybe like up here or something. I don't know. Yeah. And so after I did the stickers, I basically thought that I was going to be ready to go out on track because the kart started, had stickers on it, everything mechanically worked fine. That was it. But it turns out I actually wasn't quite ready. So I had all my race gear and everything, so if you're thinking it was a race gear problem, that wasn't the issue. I bought my race gear much earlier this year, around April or May, I think. Maybe even June. I think it was June, actually, where I bought it. Yes, it was June. I remember it was June 20-something. It was the 20-something of June. Maybe, I don't know. Between the 20th and the 30th of June, somewhere in that time, I did buy my race gear. I do remember that. So it wasn't race gear that was the problem. The problem was that based on the scrutineering terms of Karting New South Wales, which is the company that oversees the club that I'm a part of. The scrutineering problem was that Karting New South Wales said that it was a requirement, and I'm not sure if this is the same with Karting Australia or not. For those of you, if this is the first video you've watched on the channel, I am from Australia. The requirement that I did not meet, and was the only requirement that I didn't meet, was that I did not have a clutch cover. I didn't know that. It seemed to work fine without it. It worked perfectly fine without it. But as I later found out, it was basically just for more safety. The scrutineering problem was basically just get a clutch cover, and so I did that, put it on. It's really easy. All the mounts are... Well, mounts. All the holes where the screws go in, they were all already there. And so I just got the screws, the bolts. I don't know why I call them screws. Got the bolts, got the clutch cover, put it in, made sure it was all nice and tight, and then I was ready to go out on track. So I got my race gear, I got the ute that I borrowed from one of my dad's mates, who is very big on cars. He had this ute for quite a long time. It had many hundreds of thousands. I think it was 400,000 Ks, 408,000. It was 408,000 Ks. That's how many it was. And it was a historic vehicle. It was from 1994, so we had to fill out a logbook every single time we wanted to go anywhere. And so yeah, we just borrowed that and drove out to Eastern Creek, which is where I did the track thing. And then yeah, just went, raced around. I might put some footage in editing. In fact, I will, just so you can see a little tiny bit. I'll do the next video that I'll do. It might be like a very short intro from me, basically saying, like, hey everyone, this is some racetrack footage. Hope you enjoy it. See you afterwards, and then just leave, and then it'll just be little clip, and then it'll be like an edited clip of me racing, editing all the clips together in a sort of clean thing, and you get to see it all. Yeah, that's my aim with that. So yeah, next video will be a racetrack footage video, because the reason this is here, if you're wondering, if you're like, the hell is he wearing a neck warmer for? I've been wearing this all day. My neck is completely shot. So I went to the track on Thursday. Friday, I was perfectly... Thursday afternoon, I was perfectly fine. And evening and night, everything. Friday, all day, I was perfectly fine. Saturday, I woke up, my neck... And it was because the track was almost entirely left-hand turns. My neck was completely wrecked on exclusively my left-hand side. My right side is perfectly fine. I can move it like that easily, all the way around. But if I go to my left, I can only go there. If I try to go any more, it does start to hurt. So, and if I try to push any further, it starts ridiculously hurting, to the point I'm like wincing and I'm like, oh god. And so the way I'm presenting this video, because literally just a little bit before, I had a very big headache and my left side of my neck was extremely sore. And it's been 3 days since I've been on the track, and no improvement really. It's going to take a while. I'd say probably about a week. And so my solution to this problem is, before I went on video, I just went off my face on Nurofen. Yeah, that's basically all I have to talk about. Is that the go-kart started earlier last week. Then at the end of that week, I also did put the sticker packs on. And then the entirety of this week was purely spent on me in a desperate attempt trying to get out to the racetrack. We finally got out on track on Thursday. Did the sessions. By sessions, I mean like we were out there for like 2.5, 3 hours. Which is probably why my neck is so sore, because I was pulling 2Gs for 3 hours. But yeah, so go-kart started, fresh new stickers, and went out on track, and I'll show you that footage in the next video. So that's basically it. That's my 2-week update, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, which will be race footage. Hope to see you there. Bye everybody.